Hey Cowboys Nation, let's go for another round of news from America's team. Watch until the end so you don't miss any news and sign up to stay tuned for everything that comes out about the Cowboys.
Micah Parsons lobbied the Dallas Cowboys coaching staff to play new position in 2024. Dallas Cowboys edge rusher Micah Parsons is one of the best players in the NFL right now, and he's also one of the most vocal about his opinions and ideas. That apparently includes urging the Cowboys coaching staff to expand his role for the 2024 NFL season. Parsons, a three-time All-Pro selection, has already demonstrated his value on the defensive side of the ball. He was an NFL Defensive Player of the Year finalist in 2023, and his next contract will make him one of the highest-paid NFL players. However, that isn't enough for the 24-year-old. A year after he urged Dallas to expand his role and the team considered making him an offensive weapon, the 24-year-old is now urging the Cowboys coaching staff to do even more. During an appearance on the Ross Tucker Football Podcast, Cowboys special teams coordinator John Fassel revealed that Parsons has lobbied him to allow Parsons to be a kick returner this fall. Micah Parsons' contract, $5.434 million cap hit in 2024, $21.324 million salary in 2025, Micah. He has lobbied me in the past to just be the primary kickoff returner. I'm like, Micah, that's a question you've got to go a little further up than me on that one. But would I love to see him back there? Absolutely, because he would be fantastic. He would catch it and he'd run wild and he'd probably get incredible yards. But that ain't going to happen. I'm aware of that. In Parsons' defense, he is an elite athlete even by NFL standards. He also showed incredible elusiveness and balance as a runner on a fumble return touchdown against the Chicago Bears earlier in his career. As Fassel can attest, Parsons has the ability to be a returner. Unfortunately for the All-Pro pass rusher, it's never going to happen. He plays the second most important position in the NFL, and the Cowboys coaching staff isn't going to chance losing its best player to a significant injury on a kickoff return. Parsons might not love it, but Dallas is going to do everything it can to ensure its top defender is healthy for years to come. Cowboys urged to add offensive tackle. NFL scouts say, has a lot to work with. The Dallas Cowboys have taken pride over the past decade in boasting one of the NFL's most consistently dominant offensive lines. But there are now two major holes to plug following a pair of marquee free agency departures this offseason. Dallas lost stalwart All-Pro Tyron Smith to the New York Jets, and Tyler Biadasz will line up against the Cowboys twice each season as Washington's starting center. Given the dire need to fortify the line of scrimmage, Jerry Jones and the Cowboys could target an offensive tackle in the first round of the upcoming 2024 NFL Draft. In ESPN's latest shared mock draft projection featuring alternating picks made by Field Yates and Mel Kiper Jr., Yates projects the Cowboys will select Oklahoma offensive tackle Tyler Guyton with the number 24 overall pick. The Cowboys are staring at a left tackle hole, Yates points out, and could move Tyler Smith there. But my sense is they'd be more likely to address that spot in the draft and keep Smith at left guard. Guyton's elite footwork suggests he can make a smooth transition to the left side in the pros. Presuming the Cowboys don't trade up to select either Penn State's Olu Fashanu or Notre Dame's Joe Alt, Guyton, at 6'8" and 322 pounds, has plenty of upside to anchor one side of Dallas' offensive line. Guyton really saw his draft stock soar after a stellar performance during the 2024 Reese's Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama. Senior Bowl Executive Director Jim Nagy tells Heavy he believes that while there are more pro-ready tackles in this loaded offensive tackle class than Guyton, the Oklahoma standout might have the most upside in coming years. From strictly a tools perspective, Senior Bowl Executive Director Jim Nagy told Heavy, "You could make a good case he's the highest ceiling tackle in this draft. Tyler just does things athletically these other guys can't do. He's so light on his feet it just looks like he's floating sometimes. Even though he's played right tackle in college, he's a high-level left tackle athlete." Tyler Guyton 2024 NFL Draft Scouting Report. Thanks to Guyton's athleticism and quick feet, the Oklahoma product is a plug-and-play starter. Meanwhile, Teams such as the Cowboys could be drawn to the fact that there's still plenty of room on his frame to add size and strength as he develops. Guyton is a rare athlete for an offensive tackle, PFF writes. He is a former defensive end and didn't start playing offensive tackle until he got to college. That inexperience is still visible. His strike targets to defenders' bodies are inconsistent, as is his hand placement. This has made him more of a pusher than a blocker. Still, his natural physical ability is evident. As Pro Football Focus points out, Guyton allowed only 2 sacks across 27 career collegiate games while going the entire 2023 campaign without surrendering a single sack and only 9 quarterback hurries. There is a lot to work with here, an AFC national scout tells NFL.com. I think he has a chance to get hot and go way earlier than people might expect. Cowboys breakout star changing positions. The Cowboys have high hopes for Marquise Bell. Bell, 25, appeared in all 17 games in 2023, his second NFL season, while posting a career-high 94 total tackles with 2 forced fumbles and 4 pass breakups. The former Florida A&M standout defensive back's 2023 campaign was all the more impressive because that production came after changing positions to linebacker. However, according to a report from the Dallas Morning News, Bell will be returning to safety in 2024, which could alter the Cowboys' draft plans later this month. New defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer plugs a hole in the secondary, with Bell, who weighs in at 6'3" and 205 pounds, after the Cowboys previously upgraded at linebacker by signing veteran Eric Kendricks in free agency. Moving Bell back into the secondary could allow the Cowboys to invest even more resources during the draft along the offensive line, at cornerback, running back, or even depth at wide receiver rather than earmarking a selection for a potentially starting caliber safety. CeeDee Lamb is not at voluntary offseason workouts. Cowboys began their spring workout program Monday morning, and star wide receiver CeeDee Lamb was not there, according to those close to the team. Lamb wants a new contract and isn't expected to report to the team facility anytime soon, sources say. That said, Lamb's payday will be even higher with the news out of Philly today. Devonta Smith signed a 4-year, $90.59 million extension Monday morning, meaning Lamb's payday will increase even higher. As the Dallas Cowboys sit around and wait for the NFL draft, the Eagles moved quickly and resigned Devonta Smith early before CeeDee Lamb and others. Jerry Jones is doing what he does, waiting until the market explodes. While the Eagles front office does everything right again, Jerry does everything wrong. Lamb, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and others are due for huge contracts, and I would be willing to bet that Lamb is one of, if not the last in this group to be signed. Doing so is going to make his payday through the roof.